ever get any money from Costello?
No.
And did you ever get any money from Meyer Lansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None
fellas?
of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, and none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Shetties?
No.
You
I
think-
don't even speak to the... I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk to him.
You don't like him?
I was conscious of the fact that he had a reputation for being an outstanding bookmaker.
You ever hear him referred to as the Prime Minister of the Underworld?
That term I did not.
Also known as Duck Perella. I refuse to answer on the grounds of main attempt to got any business? I refuse to answer on the grounds of attempt to criminal. You have any profession? I refuse to answer on the grounds of main attempt. Have any occupation? I refuse to answer on the grounds of main attempt. Are you a known racketeer?
An incarcerated individual's use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Friday night, Friday the 13th. We survived the day, and now we have Friday night grand jury, where we watch police use of force videos. And I take 5 folks volunteer from X, volunteer their time to sit as a grand jury and view these through the lens of a grand jury. And, well, Big Ron's got it down there for us. We're going to run the instructions and kind of what the rules of a grand jury. We're going to run it as a tape down below. There are a few things I'll talk about, but we need a jury, folks. We don't actually have a jury tonight. We've got 3 people, and we may be able to go with that. I'm waiting on a couple of alternates to see if I can get these guys in here and get them seated, and we can actually have a jury. But tonight, don't think we're even going to have an expert witness, which is okay. But tonight, we've got some great videos, and in a few moments, I'll be connecting to a space and bringing in audio space, I think, from a roundtable space that's out there. I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed it, so actually, I'm going to say I'm going to try to do that. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but we're going to try to link into the roundtable space. This is a space that the cast members from the round table are our jury tonight, and we've got a special case that I'll actually post inside that space. That if anybody wants to participate, you'll have to go to the space to get that and take a look at it. And we're going to let the space decide. From a majority vote from mics they have inside the space, which way that case is going to go, if we can get that. Okay, we do have Jason, so let's get this moved over here. Folks, you have to bear with me. I'm having to do some things on the fly, just so that we can try to make this be a show. I just lost. Who did I lose? Okay. All right, folks. I guess we're going to go to introductions on who we've got. Here's our volunteers tonight. We've got Sally with Talks with Sally. She's a space host, but she also does some streams. Sally, tell us about you, and I'm going to say tell us about your brand. I think you've got a brand.
My brand. I am Talk with Sally. I'm a streamer. Obviously, I was for Trump 2024, but I advocate for the children, the trafficked children. I advocate for the veterans. I do a lot of veteran spaces. I do a lot of deep dives on my various. When I live stream, they're usually deep dives and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I was caught off guard. But that's what I do.
If you haven't caught a Talk with Sally, her streams are excellent, and she's probably one of the best space hosts out there on X that I've run across. And then we have Reaper Kitty. Reaper Kitty, she's a lot of fun, and I like on her profile, it's your mom's basement. But besides your mom's basement, Reaper Kitty, what would you like folks to know about you?
Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, I am the space host for the Misfits on X. I'm pretty much where a lot of the bigger space hosts come to kick back, let their hair down, and have a good time. Be able to talk in more of a bar fashion, if you will. So I like to keep it raw and cut, real and uncensored, and usually we dive into all kinds of topics. We can be talking about moist muffins 1 minute, and then the next minute we're diving into whatever is happening across the world. So you never know what you're gonna get.
That's right about your spaces, and I do enjoy to come in. Sometimes I have to sit back and listen, but they are good spaces. And we've got MV. I believe that maybe an incognito tonight is Vera, but MV, what should folks know about you and what you're all about on X?
Hi there. Hi there. It's very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you, make your acquaintance. Anyone that knows Carmen and Sally is a good friend of mine. So, yeah, I'm MV. I do spaces with like Patriot and Turtle. We do a lot of political spaces, MAGA. We go from different topics, esoteric to what's in the public purview at the moment. And we're very, very eclectic. So people will see us around. That's who we are. And I hope Patriot is in the room. I'd love for him to come up as well. But it's very nice to meet you. This looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm very, very interested. Thank you.
Well, I'll be honest. You guys have been pretty tough this week. Try to kind of lay down the ground rules, but let me try to do it now for viewers and for you guys. We're going to watch police use of force videos. These are FOIA requested videos directly from the agencies or jurisdiction that is in charge of releasing them. They don't have commentary. There will be some commentary instructions for some facts you may need to know that are included in there, and they're also included on these releases. You guys are going to act as a grand jury, and a grand jury is something that we have a right to as Americans to be indicted through a grand jury prior to going to any trial, court trials like you see on television and movies. I'll tell you that it's BS. It's not even close to what really happens, which is a good thing because that's not what we want. But you guys are going to sit as that grand jury level. And what that means is the state is going to present cases to you with the evidence. In this case, it's going to be video evidence of police officers using force. Anytime there is a death as a result of one human killing another, in most states, it's going to go to a grand jury, and it's going to be the grand jury that says yes or no. Yes, it was justified. No, it was not justified. Indict this person for murder. That's the role that you guys are going to play tonight. There's a couple of things about this that you may not know. That a grand jury must use the reasonable person standard and only the evidence presented during the grand jury. So if we're watching something on a traffic stop, you couldn't bring in things that you heard a friend that had happened on a traffic stop 2 weeks ago. You can only consider the things that are being presented to you. You must use the reasonable person standard. The reasonable person standard is not the smartest guy in the room, not the dumbest guy in the room. That person's just right in the middle, and it's a hypothetical person. And you can only use the information that's known to the actor. In this case, it would be a police officer, the actor, the person that commits the violence that causes the death of another. You can only consider what they would have known at the point they'd used the violence. So if we're talking about a gunshot, all the information that they could have known or should have known when they squeeze the trigger. Anything that happens after the squeeze of the trigger, you shouldn't take that into consideration because that wasn't the information that was taken in by the reasonable person before they used deadly force. The probable cause, it's a low standard. A normal jury, like you see on television in the movies, that's beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a high standard that the state has to prove in order to convict you. At the grand jury level, it's not that high. It's probable cause. It's more likely than not. The definition truly is more likely than not a crime has committed or has been committed, and the person accused is responsible for that crime. Just more likely than not. You're not saying they're innocent. You're not saying they're guilty. You're just saying that this warrants to go into a jury trial and move it to the next level. So with that, it looks like we've got 4. My count right? Is that all we're getting tonight? Are we going to get a 5th member? Does any ladies know? Well, I see. Hang on. I see Scorpio. But it says device is not connected. I think she may be having some issues. So we're going to move on with this. Big Ron. Well, actually, let me go to you guys. Do you have any questions?
I'm assuming, Joe, that Scorpio doesn't have the link to this room. I don't know how to go out into X.
She's got the link and she's in here, but her device, she's got an issue with a mic or she's got an issue with the camera. Scorpio, if you can hear me, try to unmute yourself. On the screen, there should be an option to unmute yourself. But guys, we're not going to have enough time to get through the cases that I've got. I've got to get started. So we're going to go with 4. Big Ron, give us case number 1.
Oh my goodness! Kid, oh my God, he killed her! He killed her! God, 911! Oh my goodness! Call the police! Call the police!
Okay, the backstory I'm going to give you on that is, well, I guess we lost some more folks. Or did we get some more folks here? What's going on? Big Ron, can you fix the panel?
Yep, working on it.
All right. Okay, the background on that story is that this was an off-duty police officer walking on the city sidewalk. He witnesses a man stab a woman with a knife. In fact, this woman ultimately dies of her injuries. But that's the only video they have. He wasn't on duty, didn't have a body-worn camera, so we're looking through Ring doorbells and a witness that recorded it. So I don't know if this is a difficult one, but that might be good for the night. We'll just get started with it. What we're asking you to do is you can ask questions during deliberations. You can rewatch portions of the video. It's completely up to you guys. And so you're going to get 10 minutes to deliberate. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
So
That's perfect.
are they trying to determine if the shooting was justified?
Yes. The off-duty. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so far off kilter here that I can't think straight. Yes, you had an off-duty police officer walking down the street. He sees a man stab a woman with a knife and then run away. As that man is running away, he shoots him. Now, the guy ultimately does get into the vehicle, drives down the street, and dies in the driver's seat of the vehicle. The officer used deadly force. One human caused the death of another, making it homicide. We're asking you as the grand jury, was his use of force through a reasonable person's lens reasonable?
Can we see it again, Joe?
Sure. Let's watch it again.
Thanks.
Okay, and this one's not as clear as a body-worn camera. This is all you've got. When you take the evidence, it is. Hang on a second. Do you see the blurred out portion of the sidewalk there?
Yes, sir.
We can see that, right? That's the victim. The man from the van, and I'm going to back it up and show it again. The man from the van was stabbing this woman there. And walking from left to right, the person walking from left to right that subsequently pulls a firearm and begins to shoot at the man who runs away from this blob there that's a dead woman. He's running away from there as the police officer is shooting him. So he's shooting him as he runs away. One. But that is an off-duty police officer there. Let's go back and look at that with that lens. So the person that you can, of all the entities in this video that you can see the most clear, standing by the passenger door of the vehicle, that is an off-duty police officer, and he is shooting rounds at a man that is running in front and around back to the driver's side of the vehicle. And he strikes him.
Yeah, I see that very clearly.
These shots ultimately cost the man his life. He died.
You said that he was down there stabbing the individual who was blurred out, correct?
Yes, there's a dead woman on the pavement.
Well, at that point, I mean.
Well, hang on. That's not how this
Okay.
works. You can ask questions now, but I'm going to turn it over to deliberation. So.
Oh, okay, I get it. No, you're good.
Get it done. Can't talk about it all night.
So I think that.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God!
Now this is a view from the other side of the street.
God, 911! Oh my goodness! Call the police!
Okay, Carmen, are you here with us? Is the audio working? There we go.
I am.
Carmen, you're the foreman. You've been here before. You know how to do this. What we're going to ask, we're asking you, or the state or whoever is asking you, there's 2 times you can use reasonable force, or you can use deadly force, making it lawful. And that is to protect yourself from imminent death or serious bodily harm, or to protect a third person, someone who is not yourself, from serious bodily injury and or death. So these are the times you get it. So I've shown you the video. The man walks up. There is a woman who is deceased on the pavement, stabbing. The man gets up and starts to walk away from her. Doesn't walk back towards the off-duty officer. The off-duty officer is closing in on him, though. But as the guy is running away, he takes shots at him and hits him.
So, did the off-duty officer introduce herself when they were coming up?
Didn't. He introduced some bullets.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Did the
So
criminal?
I tell you what, let's go to the clock. Big Ron, put us up the clock.
Yep.
And we're going to leave it to you guys there. Is there a space that I haven't? Is there a space I need to try to bring in?
There's a space running, but it's under my name. I've got it running on already.
Okay, you guys get to deliberating. Big Ron, put that 10-minute clock up, and let me see what I can do while you guys are talking about it. And Jason, Jason's your expert witness. You can ask him questions. And Jason's with us tonight. Thank you.
It's gone.
Hey, Joe, I need a clock.
She already has the audio into the space, Joe.
Listen, so here I'm saying is, if the off-duty police officer is walking up and notices the guy stabbing the victim on the ground, pulls the gun, and then the guy starts to walk away, that's when he starts to fire as yelling, call 911. Is that reasonable cause?
So how do we know he didn't say? I mean, he could have been further away where the audio didn't pick up, where he shouted police, or I don't know, like he's stabbing a woman. He doesn't need to announce himself.
So do you feel that the cop this is basically it. Do you feel that the cop acted properly by pulling the gun, and then when the guy started to walk off, he was stabbing her, and then he's walking away, then the policeman shoots and fires, and then and hits the guy. Do you think that he had without a reasonable doubt to pull his gun and shoot the man because he feared for his life, or the
life of someone else? He was stabbing
the life of someone else. Correct. Yeah.
He was stabbing he was in the process of stabbing that woman. Did the cop start shooting before the man ran away?
The man stopped.
No, it looked as if though he started shooting after the guy started running away. But here's the thing: is whenever Joe was going over it, he mentioned that the woman was already dead. And as much as we would be okay with that, right? Because I mean, what the guy did was wrong. He took the life of that woman. But if she was already dead at that point, it's not self-defense of him or her, because she's already dead and the man was running away from the crime scene.
What if he was?
How do you know she was dead? All he said is she was stabbed.
I don't know
I'm
that
going
part.
off of the details that Joe.
To say,
you guys can ask questions. If you want to ask me a question, I can answer it.
So, Joe, did when he was running away, did he still have a knife in his hand?
Yes, he still had a knife in his hand. And I tell you what, let the clock keep going, Big Ron. I'm gonna put the video back up, and let me show you here, because you guys are asking about whether. Okay, so in this frame that's there, we have the. Nope, I'm wrong. Let's go back right here. You see, as the officer's approaching, he's walking up.
He was
And-
still stabbing when the officer approached. I'm sorry.
He was.
Correct.
Or I'll believe that he was. I can't necessarily tell
Oh,
because
so go back like 10 clicks. Like go back right. So watch this right here. You see, there's officer going, and the
Yeah,
guy
you're
gets
right.
up.
He was.
So he was the process of stabbing when the officer approached and fired.
did
I
he
believe
fire?
as long as he had a gun and a knife in his hand and took off running, he was
Okay.
still in fear of other people's lives. Go ahead. Sorry, Joe.
I tell you what. Now you guys kind of looking at it through the right lens. I'm going to play this video again. Listen for when the shots ring out.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Kids! Oh my God! He hit her! He hit her! God! 911! Oh my goodness! Call the police! Call the police! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Yeah, it sounds like the first shot was coming as the cop was walking up and the guy was still stabbing her. That's what I heard.
Oh my goodness!
But the thing is we can hardly hear the people in the house. We can the gunshots are loud, but they're not loud. That officer could have been yelling at him and we couldn't hear his voice because you've got the house blocking the sound. He's approaching. He could have said something sooner and the audio not have picked up his voice. So
Well,
right.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at this is right now, this is exactly how I'm looking at it. And for an indictment, we have to rule that do we feel without a reasonable doubt that cop pulled the gun, off-duty cop pulled that gun and used it properly in this time. Did he feel that his life was threatened or anyone else's life was threatened? And for me, I say yes, because he still had a knife in his hand and started running or walking away. He could have been going for another victim at that time.
I agree. I think the cop he was reasonable. He acted the way that I would have acted.
Yeah, I would have to say I agree as well. And the primary reason why is because as soon as that officer is running up, the guy is still on top of the girl. Like if you look real close at it, you can see where his hand goes up. And the first shot rang out before the guy even started running. So at that point, I would say that the officer did exactly what he was supposed to, whether he was on duty or off duty.
I can't imagine that guy, that whole transaction right there between the police officer and the stabber, that there was no words exchanged. I get the sense that the audio was not picked up. I just don't see how that took place because there was a moment where the cop stood still in stance with his firearm pointed at the stabber, and the stabber gets up and then runs towards the van. For all we know, he could have said, drop your weapon, and then he continues to run towards his car, right? But we can't hear the audio from that far away is the way I've seen this right now. So I would say it's a justified shooting.
Okay.
So far, that's 4 justified, right?
Yep. Scorpio?
I can't. No one can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine, baby.
Did you hear me earlier?
Mm-mm.
I have questions. I'm confused. So the guy that shot, that was shooting, the lady was screaming, "Call the cops!" So was he a cop?
Yes. So he was shooting. He was yelling, "Call the cops! Call 911!" because there was a dead body on the ground as he approached. So as the off-duty police officer,
The lady was screaming that. Call the
well,
cops.
that's what I mean. Yeah, that was the off-duty police officer.
Oh, okay, got it. I thought it was the neighbor.
Do you want to hear the? Do you want to hear the video again?
Yeah. Let's
No, oh my God, he hit her! Oh my goodness! Kids! Oh my God, he hit her! He hit her! God, 911! Oh my goodness! Call the police! Call the police!
Okay, hold on.
Get out! Oh my goodness! Oh my God, he killed her! He killed her! God, 911! Oh my goodness!
Maybe that's
Call the police!
oh shit.
Yeah, so to me it sounds like whoever
They're
killed
hiding.
her, it was with a gun.
No, he stabbed her. The guy had a knife in his hand, and he stabbed her. And then he was running off. The gunshots are from the off-duty police officer.
Correct, but ooh.
Okay, so because she starts screaming, "Oh my God, he killed her!" after the cop was already shooting. So you're saying,
Correct.
okay,
Yeah, you saw that like little grayed out person, that grayed area on the ground. That is where there was a man, and he gets up, and the police officer starts shooting. In that spot, that is where the woman is censored out, that is dead on the ground, right?
so who was
So
he shooting at?
the stabber, the guy who
The
stabbed the woman
the
that's laying on the ground,
yeah.
Okay,
off-duty police officer.
did the guy, because I can't see, it's very bad on my end. So did the cop kill the guy, the stabber, or
Yes,
no?
sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why did he
So
shoot somebody?
the guy okay, really quick. So the officer's walking up, he sees someone down on the ground and it looks they're stabbing motion, they're stabbing someone. The off-duty police officer pulls his gun, he kind of freezes for a moment, and we can't hear anything, but then the guy that was stabbing the person on the ground gets up and starts to run away, and that's when the officer then goes kind of charges after him. I don't know what was said. I'm pretty sure we could assume, but we can't assume in this situation. And then shots were fired. At that point, he still had the knife in his hand. So if he's running into population with other people around, he could have been a threat to them because he could have stabbed someone else, or and so forth. So that's the way I view it.
Scorpio, you have to decide if the officer was justified or not.
I don't, just by the sound of it, I don't think so, because to me that sounds like he's shooting so many times, and I don't know if he was shooting at a moving target, but in my opinion, the stabber's already running away from the lady that he originally hurt. So now why would you be
But he still
running?
has a knife in his hand.
I
He still
get
has
that,
the
but
weapon
how
in his hand.
but how far was he that he needed to, how many times did that officer shoot his gun?
4
The guy didn't
times.
stop moving. He kept on moving. He kept running
Exactly, which
away.
He probably
okay.
he probably shot enough to knock the knife out of his hand because he probably didn't let the knife go.
So in my opinion, and especially it's on a residential block,
Yeah, that's fine.
shooting after someone that has a knife that many times is putting other people in danger.
Okay. So that's a no. You don't think you think it wasn't justified.
No,
Okay,
exactly.
1 no and 4 yeses. Okay. All right.
Do we have a verdict?
We do.
Right. What is that?
We are
The
going
grand jury
to
have to be unanimous, or
we're
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
okay.
we are going to indict we are going to not indict that police officer.
So that the homicide was
The no
justified.
deal. It was justifiable.
There we go.
Justified.
And there's go ahead. We've had a little bit of a rough start, but I'll tell you what, I'll give you the rest of the minute and 17 seconds if you guys want to ask Jason any questions or have an open discussion about your decision.
Okay, Jason, what do you think about our decision? Did we miss something?
It's the right decision. It's actually Tennessee versus Gardner. It's a fleeing felon. If he just witnessed basically a murder, so the justification of the threat of great bodily harm or deadly force to yourself or others, this guy just killed somebody and he's running away. If you don't intercept that, you have a right to basically use deadly force. He just witnessed a murder.
Yeah.
And he is completely justified, in my opinion.
That's okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And I mean, and you know, the fact that he could have hurt someone else also with the same knife.
Well, I think that a reasonable person would believe that that person is dangerous if he just witnessed him stabbing a person. And take
Yes.
it out that it's not a police officer. That was you walking there, concealed handgun owner, and you could have done the same thing because
Yeah.
I think a reasonable person would believe that it's more likely than not this guy's probably a danger if he drives away from this location. He could
Gotcha.
be to stab someone else. Who's to know?
And he was
Exactly.
determined to get away. He was determined to get in that van and drive away. Had he not done that, he could have gotten away and harmed other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Defensive life
I
and
agree
others.
with your decision. But we're going to case number 2, folks.
Okay.
Let's watch another one.
If I can jump in here real quick there, Joe. Got our friend Range Minded here that has some stuff he'd like to say.
Well, let's talk about the range-minded. Let's do that. Good call.
Have you ever wondered to yourself, man, what time does the store close? Or where's the best cheeseburger near me? Well, I'm not going to answer those questions. That's what your damn phone is for. Use that. Instead, if you have stuff related, to the 2A world, I'm your man. My name's Steve. I run the Range Minded podcast. On the podcast, we talk about all things Second Amendment, whether it be new guns or gear. Maybe we talk about some training. We'll dig into Washington and the shenanigans they get up to. Sometimes we talk about the Supreme Court and the crap that they're doing. It's always a good time, a little smorgasbord of the 2A, if you don't mind me using that narrative. Either way, you can find us whether on YouTube or Rumble, Range Minded Podcast. I'm also on all sorts of streaming services, wherever you listen to your podcast, Range Minded Podcast. You can jump on the website, rangemindedpodcast.com. Maybe stop by, buy a patch and some other things. There you can link to the social medias and all that other stuff. Hope to see you there. It's always a good time. Anyways, you guys have fun, stay safe, and always stay range-minded. See you guys soon.
Yes, folks, that's our friend Range Minded. Does a great podcast, puts it out weekly. You can catch it anywhere that you listen to your normal podcast. I listen to it on Spotify. But wherever you do listen to him, give him a like or subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Sure helps him out. The man puts a lot of time and effort into it. And quite frankly, it's great content, especially when it comes to 2A laws and lots of good art and crafts when it comes to firearms. All right, let's get to case number 2. You guys feel warmed up? We lose somebody? We're four person.
I think we did.
Lost Scorpio.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We're going to move on without Scorpio. The show must go on. But now you guys kind of a little tuned in, kind of know what you're looking for?
Yes, sir.
All right, here goes number 2.
.433, he just wrecked on Dearborn. 433, he just wrecked on Dearborn. Let me see your fucking head! Let me see your head!
On Dearborn. I'll give him 433 location. Say he wrecked on Dearborn. He was last seen going down Brainerd.
433, 10-1, 10-1, shots fired! Let me see your head! Let me see...
433, 433 has 10-1, 433 shots fired Brainerd in the...
He's still shooting, still up! Hold your fire, hold your fire!
430.
We're playing.
420. 433.
433. He is at the corner of Gosford and Dearborn. He is still armed. He is on the ground.
433 is the corner of Dobson and Dearborn.
Gosford and Dearborn, he is on the corner.
Corner of Dobson and Dearborn, clear the air.
Southeast corner. Southeast corner. He's on the ground, still armed.
433 southwest corner, Dobson and Dearborn, his arms still on the ground. All units head that way, clear the air. Okay, we're back to the floor.
433, he just wrecked on Dearborn. 433, you just wrecked on.
Good.
The suspect is still alive at this point. In fact, survives the wounds. That's why I'm kind of holding it here. See him moving around?
Yep.
He's definitely the little engine that could.
And is the other police officer down?
No officers were hit by gunfire.
Oh, there wasn't. It looked like one officer went
Yeah,
down.
I thought one went down, Sally, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right behind the grand jury logo.
But no, he got up. Now, there's your video. It was a pursuit that was just about terminated. The responding here wasn't very close. The suspect wrecked out, rolled over, gets out of the car, confronts officers upon their arrival, and that's where we think we're going to. And something about Chicago police officers, they must really love some deep dish pizza because it's starting to show. That's all I'm going to leave that right there. Okay, that's your video. He was wanted. He did not die of wounds. He was charged with aggravated assault on police officers using a deadly weapon, i.e., a firearm. Any questions before we get started in deliberations?
Where was the cop at when I heard him say, "Hold your fire." I know that I think he had ran a little ways, and then there was a cop. I want to see right before that. Sorry. Okay. Yep.
Okay, you see the suspect between the two piles of lumber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see where he's at. That's where he's the first confrontation with the officer wearing the body-worn cam. The officer that you see fall is going to be to this officer's right. He stumbles and falls. The officer you saw just prior to that, he falls actually just before this officer falls. But the other gunfire you heard, if you didn't see it, the other officer's pushing, exiting stage right. Let me see if I can back that up a little bit.
We have 4 more pieces. 2 for me, 2 for you. Oh,
See,
sorry.
see, you see how he's exiting stage right behind the barriers?
Mhm.
That's the officer that went down on that
Okay.
bumper. Okay.
433 said he wrecked on Dearborn. He was last seen going
I thought
down
you said no
Brainerd.
officers went down.
Say again.
I thought you said that no officers had went down.
Not to gunfire. They tripped over bumpers. Both of them
Oh,
tripped
okay.
over. Actually, we go back and we'll see on the dash cam. It's kind of funny. Both of them tripped over the inner and outer skin of the bumper of the car.
433, 10
He takes cover behind the railroad ties, and he's circling around. The suspect from this camera view is going to be his hard left, pretty much at the same spot where he had fallen initially. The suspect falls almost in the exact same spot. So they're kind of doing a circle around each other right now. He's doing right around cover.
110, shots fired! Let me hear it! Let me see.
433, 433 has 10-1-10-1. 433 shots fired Brainerd in
The suspect discharged more rounds. This officer, this is going to be the last volley that he puts on him.
432. 433.
He's still shooting, still up! Hold your fire, hold your fire!
433.
We're fine.
Right there.
The other gunfire was coming from the other officer that had gone behind the barriers.
433.
Okay.
433. He's
Now, we just want to see this again because I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the way the cops running up to
How
him is
funny.
like
They did bust that ass. They did bust
I'm
that ass.
not saying anything about donuts. I'm not saying anything about that. But
Check him out.
No comment.
he's just running straight without
Watch.
cover.
he's like, oh, shit, he's got a gun. First cop falls, second cop falls. Now, look, guys, that's the inner
I thought he got shot.
bumper.
I'm
They-
so
I thought he got
in
shot.
peace.
Oh God, that's so funny.
You know how lucky they were? Wow.
God, they're so lucky.
But either way, they survived unarmed. The suspect was shot multiple times, but did not die of wounds, and was later charged for aggravated assault on a peace officer. So that's your case. Let's put the clock up, Big Ron. And Carmen, I'm going to throw it back to you. We're here for any
Hi.
questions or any other parts of the video that you need to see.
Well, I mean, I think I think it was important where the cop, when he said "hold your fire," I think that was very important that he made that call. I feel like that was the right call to make for some reason. So I needed to watch that up to that. So, girls, y'all need to watch anything?
I think this is easy. It's very justified, extremely justified. I would have done what the cops did.
It was clear. It's pretty clear cut and dried. I mean, they gave him every chance to surrender. They chased him through pallets and across the street. They said, "Hold your fire." He continues to shoot, even though they can't stay above ground. To me, this is a no-brainer. I think it's just
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with all of you on that sense. But you got to give that man credit. He was the little engine that could, boy. He even got up behind the bumper and he was just like, "All right, I'm done. I'm done." But
And
yeah,
he
no, I think the cops were justified.
Scorpio in here.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's at the
how
bottom.
does my mic
Okay.
sound now?
Good.
Much better.
Good.
Alright,
Good. You're
Beautiful.
good.
I downloaded the app so I can actually see the video now. Earlier I was on my
There's an
browser.
app?
Yeah, my
Joe, you
browser.
lied.
The
No,
browser.
you just don't have to have an app to get on there. You can just
Ye-
access it from the
Yeah, the browser was terrible. I couldn't see anything. You guys couldn't hear me, so I'm glad I downloaded it.
Yeah,
To me,
that Thursday night rehearsal. That's usually when we work out those bugs. I'm just going to.
That is so my fault,
Hey,
but
you
you
didn't
I'm
invite
gonna own
me.
that.
You didn't invite me until Thursday.
I'm
Whatever,
just gonna
Scorpio.
say-
We're not
at
getting. We're gonna
3.
talk about the grand jury. We got a verdict to come.
Yeah,
Scorpio,
so
what you think about this video?
I'm about to say it whenever you guys let me go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Deflection.
Whatever. Go ahead, Scorpio.
I'm good. So, in my opinion, I mean, he was shooting multiple times, and he was shooting reckless, right? And the first officer actually wrapped around the pole to kind of like avoid him. But he, in my opinion, he could have took him out right then and there, and he didn't. So I think that, especially, he said, "Hold your fire." They didn't want to harm him, but the shooter just kept shooting. So it was justified.
Okay. Well, we got a verdict. No bill.
So that's
We
a no
can-
bill, I'm hearing. There we go. No
Yep.
No
bill.
deal.
Okay. Any questions you have for Jason?
No, I think that was pretty cut and dry. I think, like, I think dude come out the car tripping and he got tripped on. So, I mean,
I have a
Okay.
question,
Well, I've got
Jason.
some questions for Jason because I just want to hear the man's opinion on this one.
Okay.
Jason, what's your opinion? That's my question. What'd you think about that one?
Looks like Keystone Cops, to be honest with you, but I think the hold your fire comment was not addressed to hurt him more. The
Correct.
hold your fire comment was because there's innocent people driving cars in the background of what they were shooting at. And under that stress, he recognized that that's a long shot for a handgun, and I guarantee you some rounds probably were going across the street, innocent over there. So the hold your fire part was not at the suspect. It was about the innocent behind him.
I agree.
But regardless, they're chasing a man and he's openly shooting. There's innocent civilians. There's cars around. Anyone could have got hurt. So, in protection of your own life or others' lives, to me, that is justified in taking the suspect down.
Oh, it was 100% justified. I was just trying to explain the hold your fire call.
Jason, I have a question for you. What would he have been charged with once he's arrested?
The suspect?
Yes.
Deadly assault on an officer or whatever he was fleeing for. Multiple felonies.
Yeah. I mean, failure. I mean, what did he running from the police, Popo? I mean, so, I mean, man, that's crazy. Did I just see someone say that they were guilty? Whatever, in the crowd. You're wrong. That was not guilty. That was not guilty. That was actually, that was very justified, that what the cops did.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the opinions. I think the statement over there was by Sergeant Petrie, and it says not guilty. I think he agrees with you. Although we're not in his
And
Sorry,
Sarge also said this is the longest Scorpio's gone without talking.
That's
that what he said?
That's been
That's
said.
that's so funny because you guys don't shut up.
It's only because your audio was broken.
I mean, Scorpio, I know you ain't talking.
And it's time for case number 3, ladies. Case
We got number 3. Case
Here we
number
go.
3.
No cat fights on a live stream.
Shoot for him out.
Mm-hmm. 718, turn your siren off. Fine at 8. No. You see if you can locate a phone number for this house and or the homeowner's name from that previous call. It doesn't look like I got any movement inside, and no one's coming to the front door. Huh?
I was telling her, walk around towards the back.
Yeah. Oh, I got somebody inside. Come to the door.
Draper, we can see somebody through the window.
And he's got a mask on. Hey, come here. He's got a fucking mask on.
He's got a mask on.
Come here. Now. Hands. Now.
Go ahead and start the canine.
Come here now. Let me see your hands or I will shoot you. Come here. Now, put your hands up. Come over here now. Coming from around that corner.
Get on your call.
Garage.
543, that's right. So you can start towards S506 on Tottenham, 7319.
Fine at 8. Clear the air. Clear the air. Front door, hands up!
I got contact with him at the garage, inner garage door. Trying to give him commands, he's not listening.
Front door. Or open this door. Open this door. Sheriff's office, open the door.
Hands are in his pockets.
Take your hands out of your pockets.
Huh? I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Open the door. It's okay, open the door.
I can. Get.
Go ahead, open the door. It's okay.
718, come over here.
Open the door.
Look through this window right here. Come here, man. Hey! All right, I lost sight of him. He went back inside. I saw him for a second. He went over towards, looks like maybe the kitchen, dining room.
I'm around all 631 Billington.
284, come around front right now. Come here! Come here, man! Come here! Hands up! Come here! I lost him. Look through that window. Come here, man! If you're there, come here!
Behind the car, behind the car.
Come here, come here, come here! Get on the ground now.
Just get on the ground.
Get on the ground. Do it now.
It's okay.
Do it now.
Got him at gunpoint.
Got him at gunpoint in the garage.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Sir, step out.
Come here now.
I don't want to hurt you. Just come out there from behind the car.
Do it now.
I can't see his other hand.
Neither can I.
I don't have it. It's in his pocket still.
Come here now. Come here. You ain't going to get hurt, but you need to come here. Come from behind that truck right now. Huh? You need to come here right now. Okay, well, you don't want to do that. Okay? You need to come from behind that truck. You need to lay on the ground. Okay? Huh? Okay, come from behind the truck. You don't want to do that. Okay, can you lay on the ground? You need to lay on the ground. Come lay on the ground. Do it now. Okay? Do it right now. Come here. I need to come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Do it now. Okay? We don't want to hurt you. We're going to help you.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
No, we got this door open. I don't want it to close on us.
Come here. Come here. Dude, we're not going to hurt you, bro. All right? Huh? No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Okay, but you need to come here. Keep that out, Sarge. Huh? I can't hear you, bud. I can't hear you. You said you have good something. Can you come here?
You still have vision?
Come here. Yeah, barely. Come here. All right, now I don't. Come here, bud. Behind the truck. Bud, would you just come out from behind this truck with your hands up? He's got something.
Good. Signal 13, signal 13.
Come here, now.
He's got a gun, headquarters.
You got coverage? Come here from behind the truck. Come here from behind the truck now.
Okay, he's hiding behind the truck. He came out pointing a gun at the truck behind the truck.
Come here. Come here.
Additional units to start towards Tottenham.
Headquarters. Any unit responding, just go. Do not tie up
Come
the
here,
radio.
man. Come from behind. Down. She's fired. Put the gun down.
Shot fired, man down.
Hands. Let me see your hands. Hands now.
Reload.
Wait, just wait. Calm it down. Calm it down.
Back up.
Let me see your hands, bud. Hands.
His right hand.
Hands.
His right hand's clear for a moment. It's on his side.
All right, I can't see the gun.
It's on his side. It's in between his thigh and his hips.
Okay.
He's rolled over up against it.
Up against it. Okay. Keep cover on him. Just keep cover on him. Okay. Do you see the gun, Sarge?
I do not.
Okay.
It's tucked.
Okay. Where did it fall when he went down?
In between his right thigh on the ground and his right elbow.
Okay.
Anybody hurt?
Right thigh. Nope. Right. What'd you say? Right thigh and what?
It's on the ground between his side and his elbow.
Okay. Just keep an eye on that right hand. Okay.
434 mile west.
Has anyone got a shield?
284, update. Who's down? How many?
Hold on. I get it.
Got one down.
Got one down. So far, officers are okay.
Okay. Just relax. Just calm it down.
Yeah.
Matt, you going?
Hold on.
JT,
Hold on.
put it
Hold on.
down.
Yeah, I gotta put my glove on.
Yep. Just hold on a second. Don't know. Don't know. Yep. Okay. Just let me know. Just let me know.
You said Sarge on the left, right?
It's on his right side on our left.
On our left, in between the truck tire and his right hip. Okay? Yep. Go. Pull him over. There you go. You got gloves on?
No. Hold on, put them on now.
Okay.
Where's the gun?
It was this.
Okay, there is your case. Case number 3. I don't know if you picked up on it, but the details of the call was that it was reported sexual assault and attempted kidnapping in progress when the officers arrived. They approached, were able to make contact with him inside the garage, and that was the encounter that was videotaped there. Any questions?
Well, I want to say first off, the officer leading the group did a phenomenal job. I can't help to say that, but he did. I think he did a phenomenal
Well,
job.
it's always good to know that your juror is not biased before they go into deliberations.
I agree. I think they all did a great job. I would have done it the same way. I don't know. You're giving us 1, 2, 3. This is number 3. I think it was justified.
I tell you what.
The reason.
Let's get the clock up there. Big Ron, let's put the clock up. Let's go to deliberations. I don't know why we're doing that.
So, because here I go. So, no matter what they were called for, when he seen the guy, they're called out there for a kidnap, possible sexual assault, kidnap. They knock on the door numerous of times. They yell, they ring the doorbell, nothing. So then luckily he goes and looks in the window and he see a man with a mask. So that then kind of justifies exactly, or okay, that's okay. He's got a mask on. The call was brought in on that, so they're gonna, you have to act on that. And he wasn't like listening to anything they asked him to do. He finally comes out. He won't come out from around the truck, and when he does, he has a gun in his hand. So I think it was a justified shooting, justified
Carmen,
action.
at the end, the police officer that was examining it, did he say it's not a gun? That wasn't clear to me. Maybe
Yeah,
So
that's where I got
because
that's where I
so
got
we have
messed up
A
too.
little bit. I thought he said it.
Hold on.
Hold
So
on.
we have experts on the panel. So we have like Jason, is it Jason? So we can ask them questions. Hey, did he have a weapon? Did they know at the time? We can ask them questions.
I don't know that you can answer that he sees a weapon, but I can play the video for you again, and you can try to make a determination. He can't answer questions like,
Yeah.
tell me what you thought of the video, so to speak. He can give you technical advice.
Well, no, but I was just saying that we could ask questions like, was there a gun? Did he have a gun? Like,
Or was it? What was it? Did they say at the end he didn't have a gun?
So
That wasn't
play it
clear
to
to
the
me.
end. Play it to the end, Joe, and start it from maybe like whenever. Are you talking about before they entered the garage?
No,
No, no, no, no. It was more towards
when
the
the police
end.
at the end when he was handcuffing him or something. Nonetheless,
There's,
I
there's
still
2
think
points. There's 2 points where firearm is referenced, and I think I'm going to be real close to it right here. So let's listen to the audio.
He's got something. Good. You said you have good something. Can you come here?
You still have vision?
Come here. Yeah, barely. Come here. All right, now I don't. Come here, bud. Behind the truck. Bud, would you just come out from behind this truck with your hands up? He's got something. Good.
Signal 13, signal.
So by the way they moved and they announced gun, that I think it's an indication that they believed he was armed at this point. Now there's another mention of gun at the end.
Yeah.
so during the
Don't know.
grand jury,
Yep.
is this all that they see?
No, absolutely. This is obviously a mock grand jury, but they will get other evidence there. They'll have autopsy reports. There'll be final police reports. They absolutely would have a lot more information. But there is a lot of that doesn't matter because remember, again, you've got to judge what the officers knew at the time they pulled the trigger, not what was found out in a subsequent investigation, if that makes any sense. That's the standards you're looking for. Would a reasonable person believe they needed to kill this guy under the same circumstances? A reasonable officer. So that's really what you're doing on this, and that's how we've just made it a mock grand jury. It would be impossible for me to gather all that information and put it on like a structured grand jury.
excellent. Okay, yeah, they would totally justify.
Let's go through here, and they'll mention the gun.
Yeah, can we go down to the end where they're flipping the body over? I want to hear what that guy says.
Just let me know.
I don't think it matters.
Just let me know.
You said Sarge on the left, right?
It's on his right side on our left.
On our left, in between the truck tire and his right hip. Okay? Yep. Go. Pull him over. There you go. You got gloves on?
No. Hold on, put them on now.
Okay.
Where's the gun?
It was this.
Where's the gun? It was a.
It doesn't
That's
matter
the part.
if there's a gun. It doesn't matter if there's a gun. It's that they perceived that there was a gun. He could have been holding a cell phone. He could have been holding anything. But in the situation, whether he had a gun or not, they thought that he had a gun, and to them it was an imminent threat of their life.
So, yeah, so here's the thing. So this is what I want us to think about here. Okay, we're riding it down we're the cops. We get a call. There's a possible kidnapping and sexual assault. We go to the home. We knock on the door. We don't get anything. We got 2 or 3 of us around, one of us at the car, and we're watching. We finally see a subject. About after 10 minutes, we see a subject and they have a mask on. Now the call is a kidnapping, possibly kidnapping, and sexual assault. He starts to talk to we start talking to the suspect that's in the house. We ask him to come outside, put his hands up where we can see him, come outside. He then moves swiftly to the garage. He's asking him again, come outside, keep your hands up. And then he will only show them his left hand, won't show him the right hand. So he continuously keeps his right hand behind the truck, and they're as soon as they open the thing, but he will not show it to them. And when they do get some kind of glimpse, they assume it looks like a gun, right? So they look like it looks like a gun. They react on what? So basically, that's where I'm bringing us to where we're at. Like that, what would we do in that instance?
Yeah, he was very suspicious. He listened to nothing. He was uncooperative. I think that they were totally justified.
As soon as
I'm
someone
just saying,
perceives
maybe
they
they
have a
rolled up
gun.
on a kinky situation and that was that dude's house.
He
And
had
you
a
know what I'm
mask
saying?
on. He had a mask on his
Hey,
face.
people do freaky stuff. Sally,
Yeah, they
I'm just
do.
sitting there saying,
Well, I
I'm
know
just
people
thinking
do
about the
freaky
whole
stuff,
thing.
but when officers say, "Hey, put down your weapon, come out," like,
What if he
no,
was
I don't.
holding a big dildo and he just got embarrassed?
Well, then you know what? You let the cops take you alive because when it
I'm
comes
just kidding.
down
The
to
cops
it,
were justified. Relax.
you
It's okay.
okay. Well, I'm just saying you comply. Like you stay alive and you comply unless you're guilty and you know you're going to prison for a long ass time.
Well,
Then you
well,
start
we
shooting.
put ourselves in that position. I mean, okay, so we don't know why the cops got called out there. If I'm the homeowner, I don't know why they're getting called out there. So I'm like, okay, dude, why are you yelling me to come outside? Right? Like, I don't even know why. Why
Sarge said a pocket
you
rocket.
know, you're coming outside. So maybe the homeowner was like, I mean, why do I have to act like all like suspect like I'm a suspect all of a sudden because I haven't done anything. So maybe we could look at it at that point of view.
Yeah, and you know me, I gotta sit there and lighten the mood. That's what I do. But I'm being honest at the same time too. Like dude's in a mask. We don't know if that's his house or not. Maybe him and his wife are getting kinky and the Karen next door sat
He
there and
shouldn't resist.
you know?
You shouldn't resist that much. If it's an innocent call, even though it's uncomfortable, you comply with the officers.
Well, he
Stay
didn't
alive.
resist.
I don't know if that's my house, Sally, and you're just rolling up for no good reason. I mean, there's certain states where not necessarily. And that's where I have to sit there and ask, what state was this in? I mean, there's a couple different things I would look at, but for the sake of time, I'll say they're justified.
We have 5 minutes left to do a verdict. So I'm just going to say, in the age of swatting, I'm going to stay alive. I'm going to answer the door with nothing in my hand. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to comply because I'm going to stay alive. Anything that could be perceived as a weapon in your hand, you can be taken out because that is justified because it's a threat to them and others around them.
Had cops ever come and swatted you and you ever like got freaked out? Like, not you. I mean, like anyone in here that's ever freaked you out and made you like kind of clam up? Or have you ever been in a
Well,
situation where you've clammed up?
yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've had those type of situations, and the first thing I'm sitting there doing is looking at you crazy, wondering what the hell you're doing on my property. But at the same time, too, there's a couple different ways that this one can be looked at. I don't think there was enough detail in the video for me to 100% sit there and say that yeah, they were justified. Because
Well,
I
you have
mean, we
excellent.
also you
Is
get what I'm
my
saying?
is my mic working?
Yeah, your mic's working.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's working.
Really quick, I can't actually give an opinion because I don't have zero law enforcement experience, so I have no idea what the right thing to
Okay,
do
pause,
is.
pause, 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 pause.
So I
We
can
don't
only
put,
give you.
hang on, pause. We don't
Okay.
put law enforcement officers or experts onto a grand jury. I'm gonna pause the
Nope.
clock too. We put people there because it's the reasonable person standard, and the
But
reasonable
are the
person standard.
officers there or no?
No, this is a
So
grand
when we're
jury.
on a grand jury, it would be us. The grand jury is going to be people
Yeah,
Officers,
like
we're the
us.
ones that make the decisions for you.
Everyone stop talking but Joe. He's trying to explain it, please.
Hold on,
officers,
hold on.
Yeah, so I don't have an
Go
opinion.
ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
you don't have to have an opinion, but every homicide is determined in I say in most states, is determined by a grand jury whether the force used to kill another person was justified or not. And this is not done by experts. The experts are going to present the evidence to you, and you, as the reasonable person, the average person, that's who it is. That's the peer that we're guaranteed to have these things decided. And you don't have to be completely convinced. You just have to, here's the standard you're looking for here tonight, is that did the officer's actions, or is it clear that it was self-defense? If it wasn't clear that it was self-defense for you, then you should vote to indict, because that's where it'll be examined at a higher level.
Someone else's life, correct?
Say again?
Or in the defense of someone else's life.
It depends on your life or a third person, which is another person's life. Absolutely. You cannot use, Jason mentioned it earlier, so I'll talk about it now. Tennessee versus Garner, what that Supreme Court decision said was an officer couldn't use deadly force for the mere reason to prevent you from escaping, from running away. So that's why it was brought up in that last case. But the times that you can use and an officer can use, it's the same standard, by the way, folks. It's the same standard if you were to use self-defense to defend yourself. A grand jury of people they'll say that I don't have an opinion and I'm not an expert will decide whether you're going to be charged with it or not. And they'll use the same standard. What would a reasonable person would have believed in the same situation presented with the same circumstances prior to the trigger being pulled?
Okay, so I'll correct myself. I don't have enough evidence.
I would have shot with the evidence that was given to me and me watching that video. And if it was me standing outside that garage door with three of my other friends, and someone was standing there and I'm asking them to come around the vehicle and they wouldn't, and then I see something in their hand, I would have shot because I would have felt like my life was at danger and others around me.
Well, and someone said gun right there.
Yep.
You're afraid and fear for your life. So for me, if I was there and I heard gun after this person did not comply, after saying, hey, come out, hey, do this, and he did not comply, like how long did they try to coax him? For a very long time. So for me, as soon as I heard gun, I probably would have shot.
And I'm looking at this at my standpoint. I'm kind of viewing it that way. Go ahead. I'm sorry, MV. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. It was Reaper.
Reaper. So
yeah, no, you're good. I would sit there and say, in that circumstance, with this alone, this video, I would say yes, that the cops were justified because they seen what appeared to be a gun, and at that point, however, if it was on a thing, I'd be the one to sit there and go, okay, so I got a question real quick.
And that would be more of a jury trial, right? If we were on a jury trial.
But ask
Are we sure?
Hold on. But if it was, listen, if we were on as the jurors and we were in a jury trial, that would be something, Reaper, we would look into. But this is just for the indictment.
Yeah,
that means
exactly.
We're bringing down the indictment. So yes, I think that they were justified.
Gotta bring some fun to it, Carmen. You guys are so damn serious.
But do I not understand?
Get them. Don't let them do that to you. Don't bring you down like that.
Hey, I have a question.
Look at you, Joe.
I thought Jason was our expert witness, so I thought that we could ask Jason questions. So he's the person we're going to ask questions to, or is that different, or is that after?
No, you can ask questions of myself or Jason.
For the purpose of the grand jury, correct?
Yes, I'm acting as the prosecutor in this.
So guys, we can ask these two people questions, right? Just say so.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Is we can ask these guys questions. They're the
I know that, Sally, but I don't know what to ask Jason. I think it's justified.
I don't think there's anything to ask. I mean,
well, if you guys have come to decision, let's get the decision. Then we can just let Jason.
No deal.
Here's the deal. I hold Jason back a little bit instead of giving a lot of opinion, because his job is not to sway you to what he would have done, because it would stray you from the reasonable person standard. But I do allow him, once we get done, we can talk freely about what we thought about the.
Well, I mean, MV said it was justified. Reaper said it was justified. Sally said justified. And where is Scorpio? Where's she?
She's having connection issues. I think.
Three
okay.
Out of 4.
So no bill. No bill.
Ron, that's another no bill. Perfect. All right, let's leave the clock up there. I'll add a little bit to it. Y'all ain't scared to burn some time up, but we got it. Okay. So now you can ask Jason any question you want. He can answer any way that he likes.
I mean, I think it's fight or flight. I think it's fight or flight. Jason, do you feel that Okay, so in the situation they were in, when he would not come or from around the vehicle, and then once he did, an object was seen in his hand, and an officer yelled out gun, and trusting in the other officer, when they shot, was it justified?
I think you guys are overthinking this a little bit.
Okay.
Take the totality, and you were hitting on it earlier. The totality of the circumstances here, the nature of the call. They
Yep.
see somebody inside of a house with a mask on, which is not normal. And then he comes out. He's not cooperating. And quite frankly, he could have had a pencil in his hand. Any affirmative movement or anything to represent he has a weapon, and an officer says gun, gun, gun. Everybody now believes he has a weapon. And there's case law called action versus reaction. Even if you're holding something at your side and the officer thinks it's a weapon, by the time his hand comes up quickly, your reaction to that's going to be delayed to shoot. He's going to shoot first. And so he could have had a cell phone in his hand. At that point, everything being played in here, those cops believed their life was in danger. And this was completely justified.
Yes. But yes, I mean, I do take in effect that what kind of call was made, right? A possible
It's
kidnapping
not
and
about the
sexual assault.
call. It's about as soon as there was gun, 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 gun.
Incorrect.
There is a
That's
threat to my
incorrect,
life.
Sally. It is about the call. You have to put the nature of why they were there as well, and why he has a mask on. That's how you have to figure it out.
And I would say that plays into the things that you should consider is what was known by the officers at the time. So I get the nature of the call, but in my opinion, Sally is not wrong. It's everything got weird when they got there. He didn't answer the door like you would be if you weren't doing something funky.
So if I got a call saying that they were there for a birthday party, I mean, don't that change the nature of how I'm going to react to
Who
the
calls the
situation?
cops for a birthday party?
In my
Come
state, the
on.
police won't come out for your birthday party.
I'm saying if there's a birthday party and somebody was in an argument.
Let me say it this way.
Or the music was too loud.
Hang on. Let's say it's a meat complaining call. You go out there because the neighbor's complaining about his grass is too high. It's not an offense, but we'll do a report because we're that kind of police. And you show up out there and the guy's standing in the garage and won't come out and is acting this way. I think that an antenna would go up at that point. So I think both of you are not, I didn't say either one of you were wrong or one or the other. I think altogether it builds the picture that a reasonable person would have been in fear of their life in that situation.
Hey, Joe, where was that?
If you have nothing to hide, like you would just comply to stay alive, right? You settle it after the fact.
Sorry,
you asked him where
Joe,
that agency?
Yeah.
Outside of Baltimore. It was released by the
I'm
Maryland
wondering.
AG's
I'm
office.
wondering. There was a part of me wondering if this. I'd like to see who the complainant was. If this was a suicide by cop thing. Was there a victim inside the house?
I believe it was an actual sexual assault.
Okay.
At the end of the day, but of course that doesn't matter in the shooting. Yeah,
no,
the guy,
it doesn't.
The guy wasn't a good guy. He got vented out and went on his merry way to whatever hot place he wanted to spend eternity. Okay, we're going to case number 4. This is in San Diego. This is going to be a high rise in downtown San Diego. This is a / disturbance and disturbed person call.
What is it? Are you?
No, I'm sorry. Eviction. Sorry,
Lee?
eviction.
Yes. Okay, here's a notice to evict. Okay. What? It's your notice for. Put the knife down right now, or I'm gonna. Put your knife down. Put the knife down. Put the knife down right now. Put the knife down right now.
How do I know you are an intruder?
Oops.
15 out of 5, 1 at gunpoint. Code cover. Put the gun down, ma'am. I'm gonna shoot you. Put the gun down. Put the gun down or I will shoot you. 15 Adam 5, code cover. One at gunpoint with a knife. Put the gun down right now. Put the gun down right now. Now, drop the knife.
I'm holding the knife.
Drop the knife, ma'am. You will get shot if you come at me with that knife. I will shoot you.
I'm not afraid.
Do you understand that?
I'm not coming.
Okay, I will shoot you. Do you understand? Put the knife down. Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
How did you get into my building?
I walked in. Put down the knife right now.
Where is the front desk?
Put down the knife right now. Ma'am, you will be shot. Do you understand that? Put down the gun or you will be shot.
How did you get in?
Drop the knife.
You are safe.
Drop the knife.
You are safe.
Ma'am, drop the knife.
Where is the badge?
You will be shot. Do you understand
Where
that?
is your badge?
Ma'am, shh, drop the knife.
You have not even shown your badge.
Don't-
And you pull a gun.
Just drop the knife.
Where
Don't
is
make
the
me shoot
badge?
you. Drop the knife, please. Don't make me do this.
No, I'm not dropping.
Drop
Where is the badge?
the knife now.
Hey, there is a fake police officer.
I am not a fake police officer. Drop the knife. Drop the. 15 out of 5. She's barricaded in 503.
Miss Lee, Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department. Can you open the door, please?
What do you want? Pork burgers, egg roll?
I got you. No. Okay. Hey, this is the Sheriff's Department with the San Diego Police Department. We're both here. I need you to put the knife down and open the door. We're not intruders, we're the police.
Moving up.
Tell me when you're ready. Miss Lee, can you hear me?
It's dark. Show me your hands. Where you at?
Where you at? Sheriff Department.
Come out with your hands up. Come out with your hands up. Come out with your hands up. Beanbag, beanbag, beanbag. Put your hands up. Come here. Get down. Get down. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
Okay, I want to be clear on this. They've just deployed non-lethal beanbag rounds. This is less than lethal munitions. It's designed to cause compliance through pain, but it's not deadly force.
I got stabbed.
I'm going to see almost the same time frame from a different officer's body cam.
Start. Show me your hands. Where you at? Where you at?
What in the hell is on his belt?
Looks like an asp with a spike on the end of it. A flashlight. I can't see what the third thing is.
We're going to get closer to the second time first time tonight.
Miss Lee, can you hear me?
Start. Show me your hands. Where you at? Where you at? Sheriff, Charlie. Hold on. I'm holding. Go. Hands. Let me see your hands. Hands. Come on, your hands up. Come on, your hands up. Dog. What about the dog?
Oh, shit! I got stabbed!
Get us medics now!
Anybody hurt?
Get us medics now!
I got stabbed!
What's on again?
Moving up. Tell me when you're ready.
15 AM CM2, we're going to make entry.
Miss Lee, can you hear me?
15
Start. Show me your hands. Where you at? Sheriff, Charlie.
Got bedroom.
Move into the apartment so there's a way to get in.
Make a hole.
Watch the dog.
Oh, shit! I got stabbed! Oh,
Get the ambulance. Get the ambulance. Get that knife out of her head. Knife. Get the ambulance. Watch out.
Miss Lee died of her wounds. The officer was stabbed in the chest, treated for his wounds, and released. Just a quick review on that. It was an eviction being served to the victim here, the dead lady, Miss Lee, L.I. She answered the door with a knife, and things kind of spiraled from there, and that's where the video that we picked up and we've seen. So with that, Carmen, I'm going to throw it over to you.
I mean, I think it's pretty
Minutes on the clock.
simple. For me, if we're deliberating this, this one's a pretty simple. I mean, the officer, he talked with her numerous times before the other officers got there. She got away, shut the door, and then when the other officers came, I mean, she literally kept lunging. She lunged and actually stabbed the officer, and then was shot. So I mean, for me, it's just kind of it's an easy justified.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's
Justified. Agreed.
completely. You know,
She was a
you
little
want
crazy.
fried rice, you get the egg roll.
He gave her every chance to stand down. Put down the knife.
Yes.
Put down the knife. How many times? Stab the canine officer. He gave her every opportunity to surrender, and
Yeah,
so
that's-
did the person who came to negotiate.
I mean, he even, like, the first officer even stood up there. I mean, gosh, I mean, but once she lunged with the knife, and even lunging with the knife, even without even making initial contact, it would have been justified. I would have felt justified to pull the trigger to save my life. So especially if me being stabbed by the knife, I feel justified of pulling the trigger. Or if Sally was behind me and pulled the trigger and I couldn't, I think it would have been justified. So.
Too bad that these officers can't trick someone, be like, "Hey, look over there." Someone tackles someone to get the knife out of their hand, because that would be really cool. But I mean, a knife is deadly. I mean, look at how many stabbings are in Canada. Look at how many stabbings are in the UK.
Uh-huh.
I mean, so they are deadly. I mean, They can kill you.
I mean, we just, yeah, yep, absolutely. MV?
Yes, I agree. Completely justified. She had many chances. I think initially she closed the door. The danger wasn't present, but I guess they're evicting her, so they have the right to go into her apartment and subdue her. So she was. I think she was mentally ill. Like something was
Absolutely.
going on, but it was justified.
She drank too much sake, is what happened.
Yeah,
Too
I
much
think
chow and sake.
I think she was getting an eviction notice, right? So it was actually the notice. She didn't have to leave right then, but it was a notice of eviction. But once he seen the knife, I mean, then he asked her to drop it. She still wouldn't drop it. But when she shuts the door, at that point, the officer has to also think of her best interest and her well-being and say, okay, now she's in there with a knife. She's hysterical. Let's get some backup up here and make sure she's okay and doesn't hurt herself as well. And so, if he would have just walked away and left her there hysterical, possibly mentally illness with a knife, I mean, she could have hurt herself later or someone else. So I think he made the right call by making sure he got back up and they went in to try and, solve that, like maybe solve that situation right then and there.
I'm
right.
in that situation. If I was a cop, I would have. If they gave her every single chance. I don't know if there was any way for. As soon as she stabbed the officer, they're in defense of another's life, right? So in defense of your own life or someone else's. At that point, that's where they're at. So I'm going to say no bill.
Yeah, it's a no bill.
Okay, Sarge, I see your messages, sweetheart. That's not what we're here looking at. Trust me. I would have asked to, what they had purpose to enter the home, etc. But that's not the purpose of this right here. This is whether or not they were in a situation where their lives were in danger, and she came at him with a knife. Well,
this is
okay, Walt Disney White. Toma, Walt Disney, cabrón.
This is a jury indictment. This isn't a jury trial. So it's a no bill all the way around.
All right, we got no bill. You know what? That's come up a couple of times in the comments over there about warrant and legal standing. I think in most states, once an eviction notice has been given to you, even prior to your service, that you no longer have rights to be there. So I don't know that they could have just left her.
I got you.
If they come and evict you, that's why they just don't leave. They get your shit and put it outside. And,
See,
and
so
you can't be there any longer.
Most places, so from what I know of evictions, and I've worked them for some time, but this is in a different state now. Once the landlord files for it, then the judge has to sign off on it. Then the sheriff has to serve it, right? And they serve them, and they give them 5 days to answer and counterclaim. So they have 5 days to answer counterclaim. If they do that, they go before the judge. The judge decides whether to move forward with eviction or not, and then the sheriff they usually give them 24 hours to have their stuff out.
Well, what you have before a court date, you have a subpoena to show up to court for maybe an eviction hearing. But if you look at the paper, it had red stamp on it, eviction. Eviction's an execution. So I think that they'd already gone through that process. Maybe she didn't answer.
They'd already went through the process.
What's your opinion on this one?
Me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Jason.
I have a lot of procedural concerns on this one, but it's a no bill. I thought they created a fatal funnel. That first officer standing literally 5 feet from a woman with a gun or a woman with a knife. He was justified right there, and I'm shocked he didn't create distance. He just kind of stood there. I would have backtracked a little bit and created some distance between me and her. Tried to talk her and give her more verbal commands, but way too close with an edged weapon right in my face. That's not a comfortable spot.
That's the initial, Jason. That's the initial connection, correct? The first interaction before he brought in his superior officer.
When he handed her the papers and
okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah. How many people come to the door holding a butcher knife? That's just not normal.
Well, hang on. I'll push back on you. A single woman that lives alone, or me, I may show up. I might. Not who it is. I may have a pistol behind the door.
Maybe she was making sushi.
But after the officer handed her papers, and
I
she
tell
has
you
a
what,
knife.
I done
Just
dropped a
drop
couple of
it.
Asian ethnic jokes in here. I'm just saying. I'm noticing that.
I think most normal people, if they saw it was law enforcement, they would have put the knife down when asked.
Yep.
But the entering of the house, the use of less lethal, I thought was inappropriate. I don't know. It turned into a shit show. Didn't
Why
need
don't
to.
they just like shoot him in the leg or the arm? Well, I guess the
Oh
arm
God.
is close to lots of arteries, but why not
So
just
what?
take them down?
So when I
Yeah,
was,
we
I
don't.
asked an officer that one time, but he said, "Well, if I shoot someone in the leg, then they have an opportunity to take their right arm and shoot me, like in the chest." That's what he was
Oh,
told me.
shoot him in the right arm.
Hold
instead
on,
of the
hold
leg?
on.
No, he's
If
saying like
you're
if he was holding a
There's a much
gun.
simpler
So,
answer to this. Let Jason tell you.
sorry.
if you're pointing your gun at somebody, that's deadly force. Just the threat of deadly force. We don't shoot people to injure. We shoot people to stop the threat. That
Shoot
period.
and kill.
There's no shooting somebody in the arm or the hand, or it's just
Mhm.
not.
It's head or chest.
Shoot to kill.
Dead man can't talk, is all I'm saying.
I mean, it is a shoot to kill. So, like, I mean, they're aiming to kill you. So it's for me. I mean, if someone's pulling a gun on me, if I can pull my gun and shoot faster, then hopefully I can, because that's where we're at. We're at a standoff.
So, Jason, what you're saying to me is shooting them in the leg or shooting somewhere else gives them the opportunity to still shoot back. So you do stop, right? So it's center mass or head.
Yeah, if I'm pulling my gun on somebody and
Yeah, like
I'm threatening deadly force, and I'm not going to shoot to wound. I'm going to shoot to stop the threat, and we're law enforcement across this nation. We train 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, large body mass, and we don't shoot for the ankle or the hand or something to. I mean, it just doesn't. It's just that's not. It doesn't happen.
You have to stop them from having another opportunity to shoot you and kill you because you're protecting your life or someone else's life. Okay.
Well, it's kind of the level of deadly. When you reach the level that a reasonable person would believe that they need to use deadly force, then that's what you probably should use is deadly force. I think anything short of that could leave you in some legal jeopardy as well. If I didn't, I just wanted to wound him so he wouldn't keep going. Well, I can't use deadly force to wound you. I can use deadly force to kill you. If my deadly force doesn't kill you, well, it just stops you, then that's okay. But it's that level it has to reach before you pull the gun on it and point it at you is what Jason's trying to explain. Just the pointing at the firearm at him is
Joe, let me ask you this. This might sum this up.
We need
if
to be
I
quick.
point a gun, if I point a gun and shoot in the leg, what is my charge? And I'm not justified. What would my charge be if I shot you in the leg?
Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or attempted murder in other states.
Correct. We don't. If you pull that weapon, you are going for deadly force. And if you're wrong, you'll be charged with that round that came from your weapon, regardless if you hit him in the head or you hit him in the thigh.
Oh, do the same rules apply to civilians as police officers?
Exact. The only difference is that a police officer has a duty not to retreat, and you have the opportunity to leave if you wanted to. But it's the exact same rules. That's the whole point of doing this show.
But so if there's not a police officer involved, I guess it depends on the state. Never mind. It depends on the state, the jurisdiction.
They would go before a grand jury just like this.
Yeah. So it would just depend on the state. So you have to know your laws in your state and your county so that you are hard to convict for self-defense.
No, without a doubt. You want to be smart about it. Big Ron. Folks, for you guys that don't know, Jason is not only a 30-year veteran police officer, so sort of step up on a dime here in the next few days, but he's also the co-creator and inventor of the 3D response school safety system. Big Ron, don't we have something on that? That's the 3D response systems, the school safety system that should be in every school in America. It without making your school look like a prison or a bunker, it provides true protection for children in the event of a crazy fool comes to the school and wants to kill children. It gives them a place to be safe until police get there and put a good gun where the bad gun's at. Jason, I'll give you 30 seconds if you want to say anything.
It's the only thing out there right now that provides cover, concealment, and communication to the stakeholders who are the kids, the teachers, and the cops. And we can take a building and we can totally secure that building within 60 seconds. Every child is protected ballistically, ongoing communication, cops on the way. In fact, I've just been training about 75 officers the last 3 days. And most of the scenarios with our system, there's a police suspect interaction within 40 seconds. Without our system, it's about 5.5 to 6 minutes. So it is a game changer to give the people the tools.
Yeah, my kid's school has that. And if I heard you correctly, you stated that you were, he was the gentleman that created that. If so, thank you. I appreciate that dearly.
Well, go to 3dresponse.com, take a look at it, put it out on your platforms, let other people know about it. It's going to take a grassroots effort to get that in there. Your school boards and your superintendent would rather resurface the gym floor for the same cost they could protect every child in the school. So it's going to take a grassroots effort. It's the reason we put it out. To do your own research. You don't agree, don't do it. But I think if you take a look at it, you'll be there, just like the rest of us. Guys, let's get into case number 5. So 911 call for a suicidal person. And this is the address 6800 block of Merganser Drive. And I believe this is near you, Big Ron.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Orlando.
Merganser Drive. I'm about to kill myself.
You said Merganser Drive?
Merganser Drive.
Merganser Drive. Okay, what's your name, love?
Antonio.
Okay, love, and how old are you?
I'm 33.
Can you tell me what you look like? Are you white, black, Hispanic, Asian Indian?
Black.
What color shirt and pants do you have on?
Okay, where's he at? Where's he at? He called in. Suicide attempt. Does he have any weapons or anything in the house? Ma'am, does he have any weapons or anything in the house? Does he have any weapons or anything in the house?
No.
Okay. How old is he?
30.
Is he diagnosed with anything?
Have to step out, and he didn't answer. That's why he kept peeking out. I told him, what you keep peeking out the window for?
26. We made contact with the mother.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
he kept peeking out the window. I said, what you keep peeking out the window for? And then all of a sudden, I figuring out what's going on now when I seen the officers, you know.
Okay.
He's been off his medication for about a month.
Okay.
And I just took him to community health center.
Okay.
And they gave him put him back on his injection that he was on previously every other month.
What is he diagnosed with again? I'm sorry. What was it?
Schizo. You name it, schizo.
All right, have him come out here. I want to talk to him.
He won't come out.
All right, so
He
Hey, come out. We need to talk to you. Sheriff's office. What's that? You have a knife? Does he have a knife in there? Let's just get out of that house then. While we're here. You got to get out too. He's got a knife, so. Hey, Ted, when you step out here, show your hands. Show your hands. Show your hands. Show your hands. If you got a knife, drop it. Drop it. Drop the knife. Back. Drop back. I'm telling you, man. Drop back. Drop. Drop. Drop back, man. Drop back.
County 3108, shots fired. Shots fired. Subject down, all you.
Hey, Chad, when you step out here, show your hands. Show your hands. Show your hands. Show your hands. If you got a knife, drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop back. Drop back. Back, Chaz. I'm telling you, man. Drop back. Drop back. All right. Drop. Go. Drop. Drop back, man. Drop back.
You going to
County 3108, shots fired.
Shots fired.
We're 10-4. Subject's down.
Shots fired.
The subject died of his wounds. There's the photograph of the knife that was in his hand near the doorway. And you heard the 911 call.
Yeah, that's a little disturbing to me.
Okay. I think a question is going to come up. I'd like Jason to go ahead and address.
Let's just get out of that house then. While we're here.
Jason, as a police officer, what are the considerations you've got here? You got a guy inside the house. Can you just leave the house because he's scary and he's got a knife? Or do you have any obligation under most state laws to take this person into custody?
It's changed up here. I won't go into that right now, but this particular situation, I'm not sure we would have responded in this manner. Now, this reminds me of a few years back of how these calls were handled.
I feel that the cops were they were briefed by the mother, and he had just went to the hospital and had to get back on medication for mental illness. Just got an injection. I feel that they should have maybe called in some proper backup, maybe medical, and then tried to address that situation that way. I don't feel that I don't feel they were justified to do that, make that call.
But the point I want to get before I turn it completely over to you guys, Jason, do you have an obligation as an officer to, can you walk away from that situation is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, you can. Now, years ago, no.
Clear it with a 3 and go get lunch. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying not back out and even get into a barricaded person subject, but the police officers can't drive away after someone has demonstrated a threat to themselves or others, even if you take them in for a 72-hour hold. And you would do that by force. That's the point I was trying to get to, Jason.
Years ago, yes. I'm talking in my state now. No, that's a major change that we've gone through in the last 5 years.
No,
I don't agree with it, but it's true.
All right. I'm okay.
I have a few questions.
Go with it.
Can you hear me? Oh, thank you, Joe. Jason, if someone has a knife, right? So this guy has a knife, right? Is it possible that they could take the knife and projectile out at someone with enough force to hurt them? And if so, how many feet away would that be a threat?
There's a 21-foot rule that if somebody has an edged weapon in front of you, you are justified to use deadly force, because there's been a lot of proof shown that somebody could actually run towards you with a knife, and it goes back to the action versus reaction. If he decides to lunge at them or just start running towards them, he will most likely stab you before you can get a round off.
Thank you. And what's the
I still
possibility? Why
say
didn't they
that
use
we
a
go
taser?
ahead. Go
Would
ahead,
they
MV.
have
Go
had
ahead. Go ahead.
would they have had a taser instead of having a gun at this
Mm-hmm.
point?
You brought up my favorite word, taser. I would never
Mm-hmm.
point a taser at somebody with an edged weapon. My gun's out.
Okay, thank you. All right, so based on this, if it were me, I would have shot also. And the reason is the guy was moving to me at a fast pace. He wasn't moving slowly, and it did feel as though it was threatening. I felt like I was the police officer. I felt threatened.
I think that the police officers put themselves in a situation that they could have not done. I think they could have handled the situation from the very beginning a lot different. And then they wouldn't have been put in the position to where they were possibly standing in front of him. That was already considered. He had already went to the hospital. He'd been off his medication for months. They know he was mentally ill. He just had an injection. The mother confirmed. She took him to the hospital, got the injection. So I think that at that point, wouldn't you try to reach out to other resources to come and possibly help? I'm not saying that the cops wouldn't have had to enter the house. I just don't know if it could have. Just feel possibly, there's maybe if you're not trained in possibly with mental illness and knowing that is the situation at hand, and someone being out of their mind, then maybe you get someone that is. Possibly could have saved a life.
Did
All
you just
right.
ask for a social worker?
No,
Okay.
we're talking about like a psychiatrist, a psych doc, that deals with this, on an occasion, not, on an everyday basis, right? Like in a mental ward. They get stuff all the time and go after doctors and nurses. But I'm just saying, I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Am I wrong? Am I right? I'm kind of just like debating it like I'm throwing it out there to get feedback.
In that moment,
Holster up, Jason. She needs feedback from inside the jury box. Holster up.
I don't know because we can cross train our officers, and when you cross train our officers how to respond to the mentally ill, I think it's beneficial. Um, I think it's a catch-22. You don't know if they're mentally ill until you know they're mentally ill. It would be
But
great
we
for
did.
what was that?
But we did know in this situation.
Correct. But even though he's
Right.
mentally ill, if he's a threat to the officer, he's still a threat to the officer.
But why enter his home if he's done nothing?
Was he
what?
threatening to he was threatening to take his life.
No, I never heard that.
I thought that's what it said at the very beginning of
Yeah.
that video.
Mutual 911 call, and the mother said it as well.
Plus, they
Okay,
went
I must
around
have
to
heard. I
his
did.
window. They went
But
around to his window and tried to have a conversation with him, and he had the knife then. And then they came back around. Not to mention, if you listen, it sounds like the mother is still inside of the house. You can hear her voice. So, at that point, he is a danger to not only himself but also his mother. So, at that point, it does pose. I understand where you're coming from. But this is where I would say I really wish we just had like sleeping gas that we could toss inside of a house in that situation, make everybody go night night, sleep tight, and then they could wake up in a mental ward. But that's
yeah,
not how we do things.
but even if you did the sleepy gas, you did that, and you put them in a mental ward, which is a hold of 72 hours, and they're not mentally ill. and it was some prank call from their house. Like that like well, you can't do that. You have to
That
go, you
well,
have to observe.
hold on, but the 72 hours is for observance, right? That is actually for the observance, and then the
But
doctors decide
you
whether to
miss
keep you or not.
you miss what I said. If someone else had been in their home, or it was like what they do with doxing and pretended to be that person, say, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself and kill my
But
family."
that situation is not this one. We're talking about this situation, not some
I
other
Yeah, dude came out
situation.
with a knife, Sally, from his bedroom. I mean, he wasn't even in the kitchen.
I'm only replying to what Reaper said. I wish that we could put gas in their homes, or we could do this, or we could do that. You can't do that because you never know how the call originated. You don't want to put someone on a
No, no, I think
cemetery.
you're missing. Hold on. You're missing what I'm saying. What
Okay.
I'm saying is he emerged out of his bedroom with a knife. Okay, therefore he had that in his bedroom. He also had it while they were talking to him through the glass before they even entered the home. Therefore, he's already a danger. What I was saying is in a situation like that where you already know that there's a threat like that, it would be nice if we could have sleeping gas to just toss in the house and night sleep tight. But unfortunately, we don't have that. That's not the situation. So they already know that he's mentally ill. So at that point, if they would have been able to put sleeping gas in there, they could have had his ass wake up in a mental institution. But they couldn't. They had to deal with the fact that the dude had a knife. It sounded like his mother was still in the house. Therefore, they had every right to do what they did.
So they removed the mother out of the house.
But all three of you are speaking from people who have never had the cops called on you for an incident where you were just fine. So I'm saying you can't deploy.
Hold on, whoa. You said
Hold
that
on.
we're
At
speaking.
that point, you're making an assumption, Sally. Don't do that.
Yeah, you just made an assumption. I've never had the cops call on me.
I didn't say the cops called on you. I said from what I'm hearing from the both of you is and deploying gas or whatnot. I'm saying that I'm assuming that neither of you or either of you have had the cops called on you by someone else that wasn't warranted.
I wouldn't emerge out of my bedroom with a knife.
That is absolutely untrue. I've had the cops called on me by someone
I'm not
else.
coming at the cops
I
with a
never
knife,
finished.
though,
I
Sally.
never
Okay,
finished
ladies,
what I was.
focus a minute
I
and 20
never
seconds.
finished.
Okay, I think that at the end of the day, the cops had the right to defend themselves.
Yep,
So
me
they felt
too.
threatened, and I do feel that it's a no bill. It would be justified for me. I don't know about. Would you say Reaper?
So what? Yeah, what's the count? I got Carmen
Yeah,
as a
they're
Justified or not justified? Okay, Sally.
Justified.
I would say no bill.
and MV.
MV. She said justified earlier. It's a no bill.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Good no bill. Thank you, Big Ron. This is our space case. We'll talk about this in the after party that we'll put together, but I want to go ahead and get it off the ramp now. We won't really discuss this in the stream. We'll end the stream at the end of this, and I'm not sure who's having the after party, but we'll have an after party. I'll figure it out, and then while this video is playing.
I'm 1. Do you need police, fire, EMS? Waco, not 1.
Somebody just kicked my door in.
What's your address?
I'm at 30 8th Street.
I'm not trying to hit you.
Oh, well, Daddy, please come now.
I'm coming. I got officers on the way, okay?
Okay. Hey, day cover, back door is open. Back door is like cracked open. Is there a way to just walk around there? No. You can't?
You want to jump it a whole cover and you hold it and we'll leapfrog over?
Yeah, Alright, go ahead.
Oh, stabby parts.
Yeah. Gotcha. I'm just like pry it open.
Gotcha.
I can't see in there though. I'm going outside.
Gotcha.
Waco Police Department. Hey. Back up.
Easy, Puppy.
Back up.
Taser deployed, dog.
Hey. The dog's back here.
Easy, Puppy. Easy, Puppy.
Waco Police Department. Hey. Back up. Back up.
Back up. Hey. The dog's back here.
Waco Police Department. Easy, Bobby. Taser deployed, dog.
Easy.
Yeah, I hit that. I'm sorry. I hit. We got a call that somebody's breaking in here. Yeah, and the dog just came after me.
I'm gonna sleep. My dogs are fine. They're really nice.
Okay. We'll call them in and we'll get around. Go ahead.
Sent four in the backyard for now. Taser deployed on
Yeah.
it.
Well, we got a call that somebody was breaking in and it was just unknown. So that's why we were back here. The door's wide open and it don't look good in our situation. That's why we're here. And then the dog charged me, so I shot it. The black one. I don't know where.
You shot my dog?
The black one.
Gun?
Yeah, is it still over there?
The black dog's over here.
Okay.
Shot my dog with a gun?
With a taser.
Huh?
Taser.
Who? No, I shot it, bro.
You shot him?
I shot it. Is it? Hey, can we?
Oh my God.
Supervisor coming?
Yeah.
All right. We got a supervisor coming, ma'am.
What?
I said we got a supervisor coming. I'm sorry, but
Hey, did you say you shot on the radio?
No. Hey, 2150s. We need a supervisor here. I shot a dog.
Finn's owner subsequently takes him to an emergency animal clinic for treatment.
The Waco Police Department learned through social media that he did not survive. On behalf of the Waco Police Department, we are sorry for the loss of Finn and are regretful our officers were mistakenly sent to the home. Our preliminary inquiries lead us to believe our computer automated dispatch or CAD system autocorrected the original address due to defined algorithms.
Okay, that is our space case. I believe Corey has volunteered. Our friend Corey has volunteered to take that on. If anybody would like a direct DM to that, or direct invite to that, shoot me a DM and we'll get you in there. But we'll talk about this case in the after party. Folks, that's it. I want to thank our panel tonight. A very thoughtful panel. I thought some of the best deliberations that I think I've heard since we've started doing this. So hats off to you ladies for doing a fine job. And if you'll stay in here right after we go off air, we'll talk to you a little bit more, and then we'll see you guys in the after party.
Did you ever get any money from Costello?
No.
And did you ever get any money from Meyer Lansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None
fellas?
of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, and none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Shetties?
No. I don't even speak to the... I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk to him.
You don't like him?
I was conscious of the fact that he had a reputation for being an outstanding bookmaker.
You ever hear him referred to as the Prime Minister of the Underworld?
That term I did not.
You're also known as Duck Perella. I refuse to answer on the grounds of an attempt to criminal. Got any business? I refuse to answer on the grounds of attempt to criminal. You have any profession? I refuse to answer on the grounds of made intent. Have any occupation? I refuse to answer on the grounds of made intent. Are you a known racketeer?
An incarcerated individual's use of institutional telephones constitutes consent, and your calls may be provided to law enforcement agencies. Thank you for using Securus.